Good morning. How is everybody doing? If you're finding me for the first time, my name is Penny. I come here a couple days a week. My goal is to inspire you. That's the first thing. Number two, my goal for you is that you can listen and learn one or two things by the time I'm done, because a coach needs a coach, a mentor needs a mentor, and a leader needs a leader, and we can learn from each other. The journey is the same, and the destination, hold on, it's light. I don't know why my camera is dark. Maybe it's my glasses. We are all on the same journey. We just want to make our journey a little more comfortable than everybody else who's not doing anything. So today is Thursday, and Thursday, I call it Procrastination Thursday. Thursday is the day I remind my friends and family who follow me to stop procrastinating. Stop saying I will, and do whatever you've been saying. So clear your vision. And today we are going to wrap up our budgeting book. And I don't know why this light is so dark. Let me see. It's very dark, but if you can hear me, it's okay. It doesn't really matter. You just need to hear my voice. So anyway, so we've been doing this book, and today is the last day. So I'm challenging you, Procrastination Thursday. These are things you've been saying you're going to do and you have not done, that including me. So the first thing I want to read, or I want to say, is something that we started overall. You need to know where you are financially. And I will go over the kind of people we have in society and where you are. Figure out where you are before we go through these highlights real quick. Number one, you are a dependent. You are a dependent. A dependent usually is a child. If you are dependent, you're depending on your husband, you're depending on your wife, you're depending on your parents. If you are dependent, you need assistance for food, shelter. You need to be given everything. So you are number one. Number two, you are self-sufficient. I'm number two. That's where I'm like standing number two strong. Self-sufficient. I'm not depending on anyone to feed my children. I'm not depending on anyone for my shelter. I'm not depending on anyone for my basic needs. I'm able to meet my basic needs. That's number two. Number three, you're stable. I used to be stable when my husband had a job. My husband has been without a job for going to a year now and a couple months. So we've been living on savings and with, whatever money I make from my business. And I thank God that this year God has been good. The business has been good. So I'm no longer stable. Number three, you're stable. You're able to put up money on the side. You're able to pay all your bills, and you still have a savings, and you have a little cushion for you, for like, you can live on like 6 months to a year. That's the goal. Okay. Number four, you're secure. Anybody who is secure has a savings for 6 months to how many? To a year, even some 2 years. If anything happens to you, you're secure. You're well. Everything is fine. Okay. Number five, you are flexible. Number five, you're flexible. You are flexible. You're heavily invested. You can take off from your job for a year or two, and all your bills are going to be paid. You have flexibility. You have the leisure to take off and just do nothing. All right. Number six, when you've gained financial independence. Financial independence means you can just literally, if you're on somebody's payroll, you can walk away from somebody's payroll. Even your own job, if you're self-employed, you can just stop working altogether. and your business is still going to run, and you're still going to live a good life. So you're financially independent. You are financially free. You don't have to wait for any, you're not worried. Your money is working for you. Number 7, financial abundance. This is the Bill Gates. These are the what do you call this? Bezos. These are the Zuckerbergers. The other guy. Oh my goodness, I see his image, but I can't remember his name. Okay, I forgot his name. His name is going to come. These are the people who have so much money, they donate most of the money. They've achieved the highest financial success. Warren Buffett. Yeah. So, those are the 7 kind of people that we have when it comes to money, according to this writer here. And then this writer, what this writer did, she gave us all the key reasons why we end up in financial situations that we are in. Okay, so we had chapter 1. What is budgeting? Ask yourself that question. Okay. Number 2, using your budget to create wealth. Setting your financial goals. You need to set your financial goals. You need to know your priorities. Once you earn money, you need to know where your money needs to go. Financial priorities. Okay. 3 main steps for your budget. You need to know your budget. Track and measure your success, meaning your financial success. Track your money. You need to know how much money you're bringing in. You need to know how much money you're taking out. Keep your budget flexible. You have to be able to move from point A to point B. Chapter 2, we covered know where your finances stand. Take an honest look at your situation. Assess your assets. Yeah. Assess your assets. List your liabilities. Figure out your net worth. You know, if you go on Google, you will see people's net worth. Even if you are not there yet, figure out your net worth. At least know how much money you have in terms of investments, savings. Look at your total and find out how much are you worth. Know your cash flow. We said you needed to have several cash flows. I'm on a payroll. I do Juice Plus. I do the chicken. I do the pennyofashions.com. Right? There are things I do Facebook. I have 5. There are things I'm doing like 4, 5, 6 things that bring me income. I have the vegetables, the garden. So you need to know your cash flow. You need to tally your income. How much money do you bring in? Track your spending. Chapter 3, how to create a livable budget. You need to create a budget. Remember the basic equation for the budget. You need to balance your budget. After you put everything down, you need to create a balance. Saving is your number 1 expense. Okay? Set your spending priorities. Spend less than you make. If you make $100, you can try to spend 50 and allocate the other 50. Remember the rule. You live on 70, donate 10, save 10, and you do what? The rest. I think you invest another 10, something like that. Spend less than what you make. They've said that twice. Avoid the common mistakes of buying things that you don't need or things that don't add value to your life. Okay? Find your budgeting personality. Know what kind of spender you are. If you can, create a digital budget. So that way you are able to look whenever you want to review. Write these things and put them on your phones. Most of you have smartphones. Okay? Automate your savings. See, they're talking about savings again. Let your savings come out before you do anything else. So that way you pay yourself first. Chapter 5. Easy ways to increase income. 4 ways to boost your earnings. You need to find ways to boost your earnings. Increase cash without working more. Find ways to create income without working extra. Know your spending triggers. If you have those friends who like shopping in the mall, or who like to eat out, or if you're going to the mall. Like, I know if I go to Kate Spade, I like her bags. If I go to New York and Company, if I go to Gap, if I go to Victoria's Secret, there are places that I don't even try to go, because if I go there, I'm going to spend money that I don't have. So know your triggers and avoid your triggers. Downsize your spending. Downsize your home. Downsize everything. They says downsize everything. That way you're living with less, because sometimes we have too many shoes, sometimes we have too many clothes, sometimes we have too many bowls, sometimes we have too many of everything. Downsize, reduce, so you can cut on your expenses. Reduce everyday spending without depriving yourself. Grace, how are you? Reduce your spending, but do not deprive yourself. Don't be a miser. Reduce with some kind of decorum. Take charge of your debt. Sit down with a pen and a paper. Write how much money you owe. Okay? If you own a credit card, or if you borrowed money from people, you own your house, you own your car, check how much money you owe. Hey, Betty, how are you? Okay? Then they are talking about rank your debt. Where are you? Are you up there? Are you average? Are you worse? Rank your debt. Figure out. Find your place. Eliminate toxic debt as soon as you can. To me, toxic debt is debt that you are paying very high interest, 20-something%. Some of you have debt, you don't even know what percent you're paying. Eliminate toxic debt. And toxic debt, again, is debt that is of high interest. You're paying somebody's money. Somebody lend you money. They are sleeping and you're paying them interest. If you have student loans, shrink your student loans. If you have a mortgage that you took and you didn't understand about the interest rate, or you want to change something with your mortgage, if you took a 30-year mortgage, you can switch it to a 15. They are saying you can refinance. And then chapter 7, budget rebuilding events. Okay? Now you have your first job. Once you have your first job, look how much money you make. And as you are getting older and you're bringing in money, remember you're going out there, you're going to meet people that you like, and they are called wives and husbands. Then you start getting married. You need to put your finances together before you get married. If you're marrying someone, please check their background. Make sure they have their finances together. Don't marry someone and inherit their debt. Or don't marry someone who doesn't understand finances, because it's going to destroy you and even that person. Money is not just money. Money can destroy the two of you, because you can barely do nothing. So before you get married, make sure you review your debt. Make sure everybody has come out clean to say how much money they owe or whatever investments they have. Buying a house. Before you buy a house, think of the location. Think of the schools if you plan to have children. Not everybody wants children. Look at the location and see how easy is it to sell the house. Don't just buy a home in a place, then now you can't sell it. If you're planning to have children that you can afford. Don't just have children. The other day I put a post of someone who was asking for food from Kenya, and they said they just needed dinner. And then a friend of mine responded to the post, and she made so much sense. She said that here in America, for those of us who are from other countries, we have small gardens. And Betty, you've been at my garden. Look at how much vegetables. In fact, this year I wasted so much vegetables, because you know what, there was nothing. I didn't even have enough time to cut, Betty, the way you told me, and freeze it. I gave the vegetables to the chicken. Right now I have butter squash coming up. I have like maybe 15. I have pumpkin coming up. I have like 10 pumpkin. So have children that you are able to feed. And don't tell me you are not able to feed your children. You want somebody to feed your children. Do something that is going to create an income, that is going to bring money so you can feed your children. And before you have those children, with whoever you're having children with, please inform them that you want to have children. Don't just have children. Once you've got out of debt, sometimes that's even the time the divorce might be coming, or that's the time you're starting a marriage. So debt can cause your divorce, or debt, once cleared, can give you freedom, so you are finally free to be married. So some people end up breaking up because they could not manage their finances. They are not in agreement. Are we going on vacation? How much money are we putting in savings? They are not agreeing on anything. Can we buy a house? Can we do an investment? Are we buying stocks? Some of you cannot even agree. The only thing you're agreeing is to have sex, which is 2 minutes or less than 2 minutes. Because, you know, how much time can you spend having sex? Because even that sex, you create the children. So, before you know it, they talked about retirement. You have to think that you're about to retire. What's going to happen? Okay? And then they also spoke about emergencies. Anything can happen. I said, I think yesterday, I wish I know what I know now. I could have bought life insurance with living benefits. I didn't know about that. Nobody really told me about it. So when I bought life insurance, I only bought life insurance for when I die. But I really never, like, nobody really came to me and told me you can buy life insurance in case you have an accident, you didn't die, you can live. You can continue living off of that insurance. Now I'm telling you, buy that policy. Buy life insurance with living benefits when you're healthy. You don't just have to buy term insurance, which you can only benefit when you're dead. I don't even know how. I never even paid attention to that. It passed me. So have that insurance, okay? Take insurance for your home. Take insurance for your car. Buy health insurance. If you don't have health insurance, medical bills can leave you bankrupt. Rebuild your savings. After you borrow from your savings and you've done whatever project you are doing, your primary goal should be to return that money back to the account. If you have bad credit, repair your credit. You can do it by changing your lifestyle and making a few changes. Okay? Once you've repaired your credit, go back to your regular budgeting. And that brings us to the end of this book. It was a beautiful book. It costed me $5. Anybody who needs it and is in America, I can, and 5 below is not close to you, I can check it if it's there, so I can send you a copy. Okay? Money does matter. Money gives you options. We all are going to the destination is the same. We are going to die. We won't be here for long. But before you die, make it comfortable for you and for your children. And you don't want your children to be on payroll under supervisors who are horrible. You don't want your children to go through what you're going through. If it's my wish, I wish my children can come out of college and go into self-employment. Because some of the challenges I have faced as someone who's on payroll are heartbreaking. And I don't even know if our children are equipped to even do half of the things that we are doing. Because they are giving up too quickly. And I was listening to another podcast where they were talking about young people taking medication and drugs. Some of the young people, they take medication and drugs because they just can't handle the stress that comes with their boss. The boss can even try to make you feel like you don't belong there. And you know what your boss doesn't know? They were hired. Most of the time, sometimes the boss is not the owner of the company. It's somebody that they think that has qualifications to guide you. But these bosses, most of the time, half the time, they make it a living hell in that your place of work. And the work stress is the number one killer. Because this is your job. You're depending on this job so you can have shelter. You're depending on this job so you can take your children to school. You're depending on this job to even eat. But you go to a job where your boss is frustrating you day and night. And in many cases, you don't like the job. You just hate the job. You're just doing the job because you either need health insurance or you just need a job to even be able to feed yourself. And that is very stressful, to report to someone 5 days a week that cannot stand you, you can't stand them. And that's why financial freedom comes in handy, because you know what? If you can start your own business, or if you're able to just leave that job altogether, and find another job. It will be nice. But most of the time, because we live from paycheck to paycheck, we are not able to just quit the job. We are waiting for that paycheck. So your boss is frustrating you, and you have to put up with your boss. Because you know what? You need that job. If you're married to someone who's the one paying bills, you have to put up with your spouse who's very abusive. Because you know what? Without their income, you're doomed. You have to put up with someone, or it's your parent, whoever is funding you, if you don't have financial freedom. So people, try as much as you can and get that financial freedom. If you missed some of the videos, we did this for like a whole month, and we are going to move to the next book about our own life. And please come with me. I hope I've inspired you. I hope I said something that is going to add value to your life. You need to have value. You need to have, you need to make yourself valuable. You need to give yourself an identity. You need to have something you can identify with. You need to give yourself confidence. You need to belong. You cannot just be there. You need a belonging. That doesn't happen unless you're very intentional. Create self-awareness so you can find the other people who are there when you go in that space. Because whatever space you are might not be in the right space. Find other people who are in a good space so you can both enjoy the journey. So you can start living a life with purpose. If you've never flown first class, don't say first class is nothing. If you've never had financial independence, don't say money is nothing. If you've never driven a Range Rover, don't say a Range Rover is not even worth buying, because you don't have one. Get there and find out what's there. It's better to know and come back and say, you know what, now I know, than never finding out. Because you might not even live that long to find out what it means to have financial success or financial independence. God bless you. Share this video. And next week, we are going to start a book that is going to give us an evaluation. Because we always blame other people for where we are. But you know what? Everything revolves around us. But it's soothing to blame other people. It's always somebody's fault that we are where we are. But when you start evaluating yourself, when you're going to give that talk to yourself, you'll find that you're the one who has the problem because you've been procrastinating. You have the magic to turn your life around. You have the power to just get up one day and not be the same. And you have every secret to success because it's within you. We don't want people to know we are living on credit card. We don't want people to know we have not paid our water bill. We don't want people, we keep the secrets to ourselves. You know the secret to success because you know what? You know the mess you put yourself in. You know you picked somebody you shouldn't have been with. You know you are in a job you don't like. You know you're lazy. You know you're not taking responsibility. That is coming from within you. That is the secret. But we can transform all that. Like the magicians, you have the magic. And the power lays within you. So thanks for watching. I hope with everything I come here to do, I take my time. I invite you into my personal space. I hope you're going to learn to live a life with purpose. Don't just get up and just live. Wake up with a purpose every day. You'll find that your life is going to be much comfortable. It's less pain. That's why we take painkillers. When you have a headache, you take medicine. Cure yourself by being intentional and creating awareness of what choices you're making, especially when it comes to your finances. God bless you and thanks for watching.